away from the music and like more your personal kind of stuff, because you're really quite passionate about a number of different issues. Obviously, you've got like the whole vegan thing going on. Can you just tell us some of the issues that you're really passionate about?
Well, I mean, veganism is something that I've always believed in, and I will continue to believe in because it's just what makes sense to me. So, I mean, animal rights is definitely something that it inspires a lot of my writing, but it's also something that I try to encourage towards other people's beliefs, so that, you know, they might, if not, you know, if they don't want to hear it, that's fine. If they do, then that's cool too. I mean, it ranges. Being vegan isn't just about food. It's about, you know, cosmetics, what you wear, what you do. It's a whole lifestyle. So that's my main thing.
So, I mean, do you think it's important to express like these things you're so wrapped up in? Do you think it's important to express those in your songs?
No, I think I could write songs about anything. If it sounds good, people will like it. But for me, it's usually what, you know, ends up striking my interest, so it's what I like to write about. At the same time, there's only so many songs you can write on a particular subject, so, but unfortunately in the world we live in, there's always new cases of animal abuse that come out. If it's not factory farming, then it's, you know, dolphin slaughter in Japan, or it's the fur industry, or it's animal testing. So, I mean, unfortunately, there's a certain amount I know about these subjects already, but sometimes I just don't even want to do the gruesome research to write any more songs about it, so.
Well, obviously, like, these things feature in your songs. You're quite well known for like, hanging out at the merch table and talking to anyone that wants to talk about this sort of thing. How do you strike that balance between like getting your point across without sounding too preachy? So obviously, like, a lot of people don't want to hear this sort of stuff.
Yeah, well, that's why I sort of try to write it in more of a poetic way and less of a sort of news broadcast way. So if somebody doesn't really want to hear about a particular subject, then they don't have to. They can just enjoy the music. I tour with different campaigns and stuff. Like, we toured with one to enforce the Humane Slaughter Act in chicken houses where they were making chicken products for KFC, and then we toured with another one, which is a song for Africa, trying to get rid of the AIDS pandemic in Africa and build schools for kids. And I mean, I've had people come up to me at the merch table and just be like, I work for KFC, you know what, and you're wrong, and na. And I'll just get into a discussion with them, and usually it ends with a handshake. So, I mean, it's not, you know, it's funny because usually the people that come and talk to me are way more preachy than I am.
Yeah. So, we said before, like, you don't particularly mind getting compared to, like, people like Angela also and other well-known female singers, but do you think that when Evanescence broke and got really big, do you think that was like a bad thing for female-fronted bands?
It used to really bother me because it broke right around the time when I started singing in bands. Like, I think I was in a band for like maybe a year, and then Evanescence came out and got big. And of course, then instantly, oh, it's like Evanescence? It's like Evanescence? It's like, no, it's not like Evanescence at all. There have been girls in bands for years and decades, but it's not like, you know, and so at first it really bothered me, and then after a while I realized, like, whatever, if this person is a fan of Evanescence and they say I'm like the band that they like, then they're trying to give me a compliment, so I'm not going to get pissed off about it.
Okay, so what's it like touring when you're the only girl in the band? I mean, is that hard, or...?
No, I mean, my band are, they're good with it, you know, like, they understand that, I mean, like, I'm the only girl, but honestly, on tour I pretty much become a guy because because you have to, you know, and so my band's good with it. You know, we all take care of each other. We've had a situation where there was a problem with another band, but usually the other bands are really respectful too, so it's not really an issue.
So, where did you get your love of music from?
I guess it would probably be my mom, because she was never in a band or anything, but she's always had a great appreciation for music. Like, in, you know, the house where I grew up, there's like a wall of Janis Joplin, David Bowie, you know, you got Kurt Cobain on the other end, just actually, like, across all of our walls, instead of wallpaper, there's just vinyls posted up, Eric Clapton, The Who, whatever. So, yeah, so I think it's probably just, you know, my mom always had a good ear for good music, and not only music from the era when she was younger, but even nowadays she can pick out the good bands from the bad bands. So she's definitely got a good ear for it, and I guess, I mean, because my older sister's a touring musician as well, so I guess that's where we got it from.
So, I mean, given that, like, your mom brought you up listening to, like, 60s and 70s, like, classical, and then, like, you found grunge for yourself, at what point did you decide to start using death growl vocals?
I started using them about 3 songs into my first band, just because I started writing songs, and then, you know, maybe it was the Evanescence thing, I don't know, but we had like 3 songs and I was like, fuck, we don't sound like that! But
so there's a way of differentiating yourself.
Maybe, it could, I think, honestly, I remember just, my band was jamming and I just quietly started like growling, like, over the music, but so that only I could hear it, and then I picked up the mic and started doing it in the mic, and my band was like, whoa, that's pretty cool, you should do that. And then I was like, okay, and so I started writing lyrics to Scream, and I just continued from there, and they sort of integrated their way more and more into my songs.
Yeah, that's very cool. So what do you think the future holds for the Agonist?
Hopefully just more touring, more successful touring. So far this year it's been really good. We've been reaching a lot of different places. You know, we've done Japan, China, Colombia, Europe, Canada, the States. So we'd like to just keep on that same route, keep that momentum up. Next year we'll be releasing another album, so hopefully that'll open up even more opportunities for us.
Any chance we might see you on a headline tour back in the UK before next album?
I hope so. I mean, even at the end of this tour we're headlining in Finland and Spain, so hopefully we'll be able to come back here and headline.
In that case, we look forward to it. Thank you very much for talking to me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.